What's going on, everyone? My name is Nicholas Merton here at DataDash, and today is September 7th of 2018. Well, folks, today I want to spend a decent amount of time to try to answer a question that has been on the minds of many people in the crypto space over the past 24 to 48 hours. And along with that as well, I want to try to make a point as to why this is happening and provide some clarity and reasoning as to why we're seeing this in crypto markets. So, as you can probably see from the chart here, and it's probably the thing that has been on your mind as of recent, it's the question as to how Bitcoin can go from a whopping $7,400 down to $6,300 in a matter of less than 16 hours. This is a really important question to ask. Now, we did see some volume come in, and justifiably, when you have this kind of volume come to the sell side, you can see price come down to a drastic degree. We had a few tens of thousands of Bitcoin across a variety of exchanges. That's a decent amount of liquidity selling Bitcoin. And we're going to go through some of the reasonings that some people might bring up here as traders, but I want to get to the real fundamental reason here in just a moment as to why this is happening. So let's go ahead here. Let's jump out of the hourly here, and really take it back to the daily. In the grand scheme of things, this isn't anything that I'm petrified about. We've seen this in the past, but more than anything, let's talk about why people would probably rationalize this price action. So if we turn on our drawings here, many people would say that this is going along the lines of a common line of resistance. Let's take it here to the full screen, and we can see that this has been a general line of resistance here for Bitcoin. You can draw it any way you like. Either way, we were getting very close to it. As you all know, I usually tend to use a different line than this, but this is what most traders are using. Or maybe they have one that extends up here, for example. Whatever, doesn't really matter. We were getting towards a line of resistance. Possibly could play a role in it, could have gotten a few traders cautious, not to mention as well, we had the 200-day coming up here. And many people, of course, have seen, and obviously history tends to repeat itself to a decent degree until we actually get a confirmation above resistance that this is going to act as resistance. We had it over here, over here, over here, and potentially over here. So many traders might have been, for example, selling a position early because they knew that they should take their profits before other people. They need to beat people to the game and be less greedy on making profits in crypto. Well, I think all of that is possibly what happened here. It could play a role in it, to be fair. But you know what I honestly feel actually caused this? It has nothing really to do with TA, guys. It has to do with how the trading environment has changed in crypto. And I want to go ahead here and talk about something that we pointed out here on the channel. I'll be fair, I didn't do justice in giving concern about this, but we talked about it here because we look at it all the time. And that was the massive, rapid, out of nowhere increase in short positions when the market was getting relatively neutral, just out of a bearish tone. As you could see here, we'd had this massive close on shorts in a slow pace, whereas we usually get it in a short squeeze. We didn't really have so much of a short squeeze, but this was a slow, confidence, a lack of confidence on the shorts. The bulls were getting more confident, and we saw prices, not only prices start to rise, but also shorts exit their positions or get liquidated. But out of nowhere, we had this crazy bump up in shorts coming out of nowhere. And many people kind of brushed it off. Some people said that this isn't a concern. There was people all over, crypto YouTube and Twitter who didn't bat an eye to this. And I was a little bit concerned to it, but I didn't really know how to justify it. I thought it might have been one of those wild cards that, was betting on a big short position. Anyways, long story short, many people have tied this towards the manipulation we see between people trading on leveraged exchanges and changing the underlying, price of the given cryptocurrency that they're trading on margin. There's been a lot of things that people bring up as criticism of BitMEX and all these other leveraged exchanges. Now, I don't want to rail on you guys for trading leverage. Trading leverage can be fun. It can be a great way to hedge, for example, if you have maybe, for example, a long position up here at 7,400, and if you feel that Bitcoin might have a potential correction back down to 6K or have a dramatic drop, you can play different ways using leverage on the other side, and vice versa. I'm not so much mad about leverage, but there's a really big catch-22 here that we're stuck in right now. If we continue to use leverage in this market, and I know why people are using it, I know why people are going and registering at BitMEX, even if some people are in the US and aren't supposed to, the reason they're doing it is because they're looking for those short-term gains that people had in crypto back a few months ago, back in December. Oh God, I remember the days where you could just see cryptos go up 10 or 20%. It was fantastic. It was really exciting. But you know what? We're not in those days anymore, and people are getting greedy and they're going on to leverage exchanges at the worst time. Why is that? Well, as a trader, we've seen Bitcoin hold at 6K multiple times. Many people are betting on the short side that it's going to go to 4 or 5K. That's where I've seen the majority of people, you can see it in the numbers here, the majority of people, almost double, are shorting Bitcoin at these lows, okay? Probably not the best idea. But the big reason I complain about this is because of the fact that we are in a low liquidity market. I don't have to tell you this, guys. You can look at any other exchange. Look at the daily. We've been talking about the low liquidity, and actually I'll take it here to the weekly to make the picture more clear. We are trading at levels around half the volume of what we had back in December, November, and October and September. We're not getting the same type of trade volume we'd wish to get. And that's a very, very big issue when you have margin markets on hand as well that allow you to go up to margin levels of 20x, 50x, and 100x. The reason being is because people can easily manipulate the underlying price of the cryptocurrency for a fraction of what they're actually investing on margin. And they can, whatever, for example, people claim that the recent sell side and many occurrences on BitMEX are due to insider information, all these things. Look, I'm not here to slander the company. You guys have to make those assumptions for yourself. I can tell you all, though, that I don't feel comfortable with BitMEX. You don't see me as a content creator, even though I think referral links are a great way for content creators to monetize, especially when they're giving out free content. You're not going to see me with a damn BitMEX referral link. I never put that in my description because I don't feel comfortable with trading leverage. More than anything, I don't feel a lot of people are ready to trade with leverage because leverage is a great tool. It can help you to hedge against your bets. It can help you if you're very reasonable with maybe increasing your gains by doing a 2 or 3x leverage. But I don't like this whole normalization of 50x leverage or 100x leverage. That's gambling. That's pure gambling in a market where a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, the largest that there is, can move anywhere from 4 to 5% or sometimes 10 to 20%, as we've seen recently in its price, even in a bear market where things are slowing down. It's because we are in a very low liquid market, and that's a dangerous combination. So my big point here, guys, is that these big price swings are because people are trading in leveraged markets. They're putting so much at stake, and they're not trading in the traditional Bitcoin to USD markets. And that's a big issue because we don't have new people coming in. So as people have moved to Tether markets and as people have moved to BitMEX trading, we're not actually bringing the liquidity as traders into the normal space. And this leaves a very big issue. It leaves us with half the liquidity we had before back in December. And now I'm not going to doubt as much as the next guy. I bet there is, we've done segments on market manipulation and cryptocurrencies. This is just going to be an issue in any market. There's always manipulation of some sort. But this is happening on a very frequent basis. The BART charts that everyone always jokes about, it became a meme in the community. It was just so apparent to us. It was a slap in the face that this was just going on a daily basis. But also on the macro trends, this happens. And it's a big reason why, again, we have to remember that the house always wins. BitMEX, Bitfinex, any exchange that is trading cryptocurrencies, but specifically on margin, they will always win. You can even go back to, there was a CNBC interview, Arthur Hayes himself, who's the founder of BitMEX, was saying, we don't really care if the price goes up or down. He was talking about his prediction of 50,000, and CNBC was asking, do you really believe that? He's like, I don't really know. He's like, we don't really care. We make money both ways. And that's so true. It's like a casino. They're going to make money either way. And again, whether or not they're playing a role in manipulation, I don't want to accuse them of that. We don't have a smoking gun of evidence right now, but we do see in the price that something fishy is going on. So the way you can do something to help against this, don't trade on BitMEX, period. Stop giving them the liquidity on the exchange so we can start to move away from these crazy volatile swings. If you really want to see crypto markets move up, that's your ticket. But again, it's something that I think, again, is a catch-22 because I know that the majority of people will not back out of BitMEX. People are going to keep on trading on there. And I feel people are just going to keep on getting liquidated until they're literally dried out of all the money they have, or they're so exhausted from it to where, for the safety of the little bit of funds they still have left, they're going to pull out. Because again, not only does the house always win, guys, there are people behind the scenes trading with much more liquidity and much more power on the exchanges in this very low liquid market to where we don't have an impact, but they can dramatically affect price, both to the upside and downside. I'm against manipulation in all sorts. I talked about this on Twitter. But Anyways, that's it for the video, guys. I wanted to rant a little bit today. There's not too much going on in the crypto space at the moment. That's really been the big question that people have. Now, where I think Bitcoin goes from here on out, surprisingly, I think we're actually going to make a higher low here. For example, as we've seen here from back here in June up towards this range, it's looking like Bitcoin might be trying to build a higher base. And this is making me more confident for more of a breakout in the long term. But again, you have to see us again get above this line of resistance and the 200-day, and we need to get more liquidity trading on the actual Bitcoin pairs. This has been a big issue. So anyways, if you guys can do play a role and switching towards the positive side, let me know. I'd love to hear it in the comments, or if you don't trade on BitMEX or everything. And again, if you guys do, I have guys on my Discord and everywhere in the community who do. I'm not trying to insult you all. I'm just trying to tell you all this is why it's happening. Okay, it's a very bad combination to have low liquidity in the base market and have people trading on margin, where your capital can be easily liquidated, or it's kind of an all or nothing situation when you're trading on high margin. So anyways, that's it for the video, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Friday, and for the weekend, I hope to be doing a daily update probably tomorrow as well to cover some big changes in the space and let you all know what I'm up to. But anyways, until then, everyone, safe trading. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Stay tuned.